Greetings, football family. Welcome to another episode of Ball Chat Podcast. I am Benton, your co-host and a part of the family. Join us. Yo, it's a really happy day. Liverpool fans running it hot. But before we get to the Liverpool fans joining us, Junior and come on, Wagwan family, how are you guys doing?
We're good. We're good.
I've had better days.
Football family, it's all about Ball Chat Podcast, discussing the week's major news in the world of football. And what bigger news do we have in the world of football this week than Liverpool FC, champions of English Premier League, 30 years waiting. So today, Ball Chat Podcast is going to celebrate. For the first 30 minutes of the show, we're going to give the show. It's going to be a Liverpool fans takeover for the first 30 minutes. So come on, join it. We have got whole corner and allow Liverpool fans to celebrate their team. Join us, Liverpool fans. Stefan, Rex Roy, Dalton Stewart, family. How are you guys doing? Congrats.
Thanks, man. We're doing well. Doing well. Happy to be the champions, finally.
Boy, and I don't sound happy at all.
Yo, I'm great that I'm grateful, man. What are you talking about? Liverpool.
and Rex Roy, how are you feeling, boss? Wagwan.
Well, the inevitability of the season just come to fruition. So, over the moon. The COVID tried to kill us, but COVID couldn't win.
COVID couldn't win. Football family.
So hold on there. So you're saying that at the beginning of this season, you knew you were going to be champions? That's what you're trying to say?
I said that.
Everybody know they're going to be champions at the beginning.
I said that before the season started. Based on the performance of the season before, I said with City losing Vincent Company and not replacing him, Liverpool would have been champion.
In all fairness, you did say that, Dalton. But I'll take that from you. And all the Liverpool fans, you guys did call it. I'm big enough, big and serious. Much respect to you, the best side in England for the last 2.5 years, without a doubt.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate
So,
I'm going to agree on something.
So football lovers, Ball Chat Podcast, all about reviewing the week's major news, an interactive show. For the first 30 minutes, we're going to talk to the Liverpool fans, see how they're celebrating. And if you want to take part in the show, you can join us on Island Sports Network YouTube page, Ball Chat Podcast YouTube page, or Ball Chat Facebook page. So let's get to the meat of the matter. Yo, Dalton, you seems like the elder in the building. It's been 30 years in the wilderness, 19 Premier League titles. I mean, what was so special about this for you?
I think overall it's the way they went about it. Having failed to win the league last year after having such a big lead. And they could have been down-spirited after that, but they kept on playing. They fought for every single point. Even when you're down, they continue to play until the final whistle. And that's what I like, that what Klopp instilled in these players. And they play into his philosophy.
Yeah. So, and what about for you, Rex Roy and Stefan? You know, what is so special about this Liverpool team?
For me personally, I echo what Dalton said about the way we went about it, but not necessarily the way we went about it this season. It's the entire process, the hiring of Klopp. The fact that, in my view, we did it to a large degree organically. We didn't have a lot of heralded players in the squad. Most of these players were not heralded when they came to Liverpool. So I like the fact that we had a plan, we worked on it, and we're seeing the fruition right now. So we didn't go out and just spend a bag of money that we couldn't prove that we earned, and we did it the right way. So that's what I'm most proud about.
And for you, Stefan, your what is so special about this Liverpool team in your assessment?
Yeah, that's a very good question. And in my assessment, what is inspiring about this season is that, you see, in life and in sports, there are two things that help you to triumph. One is inspiration and one is desperation. Now, City was inspired to win the triple, but Liverpool was desperate to redeem themselves from losing by 1 point. We lost the season before by 10 millimeter. That ball at City, if it went over the line by 10 millimeter, and that is how we lost that season. So that pain, that disappointment inspired us and lead to desperation. And in desperation, sometimes people get worried about the word desperation, but it's control desperation. You understand what I'm saying? Control anger, control disappointment, and you funnel it in the right direction. And that is why for this season we are so shattering all the records. So that is what really inspired me about this season. The fact that we got desperate, we went out and we took care of business like it was nobody's business. And now we're champions with 7 games to go. Come on now, 7 games to go. Are you kidding me? Historic.
Yes, Liverpool won one of the earliest. It's a record in itself. Win the league with 7 games remaining. Impressive feat. Come on, and Junior, I know that you guys are Manchester United and Chelsea fan respectively, but we have to support and give credit where it's due to this Liverpool thing. What's you guys' take on this?
For me, I've always been beating Liverpool because I don't want Liverpool to win nothing because the fans are so obnoxious. I mean, I'm tired of them. I live with one and it's just ridiculous. But I have to say though, Klopp is a player's coach. So you can't help but not root for him. He's the first one to hug his players, talk to his players when things don't go right. So you like him and you realize that if your team can't win it, you want Klopp for winning, not necessarily Liverpool and whatever. You just want Klopp to enjoy a certain amount of success. And I think he's the first German to win it. It's even more fitting. And I think with all I think what Chelsea won it with 5 games remaining. So Liverpool with 7, that's historic, man. We wish we did buy some money night and put some buy some shares in a Liverpool like LeBron. But congrats to Liverpool.
Junior, what's your take on all of this? Football family, we'll get to you. I see your football family on the chat. We'll get to you quickly. Junior.
My big and serious, the most impressive thing about Liverpool is you're coming off a Champions League medal. And the whole year, Dalton will kill me now for this, but I was saying, I'm just waiting on Liverpool to hit that bad patch. Anytime they look like they're about to hit the bad patch, Klopp just pull them out of it. I mean, you have hats off to Klopp, hats off, not only to Klopp, hats off to Henderson, hats off to Milner, hats off to Van Dijk for not falling off, hats off to the front 3 that they could have easily got a big head, even though you saw semblance of it, rumblings of it, but the man them stay focused and I have to big them up. I mean, it's a special undertaking, but I have to throw a one punch. I just have to remind you Liverpool fans that this is your first title. You are no different than Leicester, right?
Continue to hit, Junior. Continue to hit, bro.
All right, so I want to address 2 quick things. One that Kamon said.
Go ahead, Stefan.
So in terms of saying that we're obnoxious and all of those stuff, I get it. When Liverpool said that, it means more. If you look at the core of our teams, are mostly not necessarily rejects, but guys that were regulated and we bought them. Like Alisson was always being scouted, but he could not have played in the English Premier League because he never played enough for Brazil. So he could not have played. So there are a lot of guys out there that relate to the everyday human being. And that is why, even if you look at our team song have nothing in it about football. It speaks to every human being. Even with the pandemic, they were saying that you never walk alone, and stuff like that. So that is why we get so over the top for our team because it's more than football. But when we say that, people say, oh, but I'm a fan too. What do you mean it means more? Because it appeals to the human inside of you. Even my wife, she's not a football follower, but she loved the team song because it speaks to any human being on earth.
Yeah, don't tell Kevin, but I love the song as well.
I know Camille loves the song. I know Camille loves the song because she's always talking about it.
I love the song. I mean, and you're right. The song that have nothing to do with football. It's just a feel-good song, right? Yes. So Sean White is on YouTube talking about the chatting foolishness because Liverpool spend a bag of money over a couple seasons and did it like all the other top teams. He might be right, but at the end of the day, the results is what matters. And Liverpool don't spend the money where City spend. Liverpool don't spend the money where Chelsea spend. Liverpool don't even spend Alexis Sanchez's salary. So what is he saying? I mean, you have to give due where it is due. Remember I was talking about Suarez money. Liverpool spend out Suarez money long time. But then you're right, Stefan, when you talk about the rejects. You have Chamberlain, you have Shaqiri, you have all those players now who are experiencing being a Premier League title winner, and every club spend money. This is actually what they spend the money for. So if Liverpool spend the money over the seasons and win their trophy in 30 years and waiting on this trophy, then I don't see nothing wrong with that. If you spend a bag of money like City and don't have nothing to show for it, then you could have talked. But Sean, stop yet for the Liverpool fans.
Imagine, come on, Lee is defending Liverpool. What is going on today? Why? What the backside is?
That's classy.
All right, let's.
She has the right to, because Chelsea gave Liverpool the championship. You guys do notice that NBC's SN is angry at Chelsea. You know that, right? I don't know if you guys picked up on that during the commentary. They wanted Liverpool to win the championship at Etihad. Coming up this week. They were praying that City came back and win the game. That's why I don't start talking about bug of the week yet. But they were hoping City came back just to make it be must-watch TV next week. I know the mother say, well, City's going to get a guard and they're going to hand the torch after Liverpool. They wanted that. So big up Chelsea too. Chelsea went out there and did them a service. So it's only right that the Chelsea fan is also tooth in the hand. So big up the Chelsea.
Oh, no. Don't big up Chelsea for that. Big up Fernandino for that. Now big up Chelsea.
Well, Junior, I'm going to disagree a little. I don't think viewership of next week's game is affected negatively by Liverpool clinching early.
Yeah.
I think what's affected is tension going into the game.
Okay.
But I think viewership, in my view, may even go up for the game next week at the Etihad.
Yeah, people will still want to watch that game. It should be a big.
But do you think that with nothing to play for Liverpool, do you think that they will play their full squad, their starting 11? Do you think that club is going to play them?
Absolutely, come on. Because
we're going for the 100 points.
Yeah, we're going for the record of the 100 points.
Yes. Liverpool.
We want to set it where other clubs, it's going to take a while for them to reach it.
Yeah.
So we're looking at 107 points.
If we were still in the FA Cup and the Champions League, then there will be a heavy rotation going into Thursday's game.
Yeah.
But the fact that we only have the other 7-8 games left, so that's why I believe. And I agree with Rex about the tension might be reduced, but the people going to turn out to see the game, because prior to Chelsea winning, it's so funny. I saw something online and it was one of those memes, and it was like so heartbreaking. They said that Lampard helped Liverpool win a title, something that Steven Gerrard never did. Like, that is mean, man.
Yes. I like how you guys are looking at it from Liverpool's perspective. Look at it from Man City perspective. Pep is petty enough to put out a bag of academy players next week. So let's hope. Feel like he wants to send a message to Liverpool. You guys better hope for that.
Mm-hmm. Well, we might pull out Curtis Jones.
Junior, I think he'll feel a strong team. Yeah. Definitely so.
Yeah. But Yeah, but even to that end, football family, we have a lot of comments. I see you, Ty Gill. I see you, Reggie. I see you, Sean. I see you, Errol. Yo, Junior, you want to try to hit through some of these comments? Crime Minister said, is this I turned up for? Imagine the man saying, turn up, watch this today. Liverpool fans taking over Ball Chat. Football family watching us on any platform. Liverpool, the champion of the English Premier League, champions of Europe, champions of the world, hold of the 3 big trophies, the English Premier League title, the Champions League, and the World Club title. We're having them take over for 30 minutes or so. So, yo, if you don't have a side in our support, go on with no corner. Just come back 30 minutes after this. Liverpool fans, how does a team go from, in 2010, they're about on the verge of bankruptcy to being at the top of football's pyramid? What credit do you give to FSG and the whole John Henry, and of course LeBron James own about 2% of that? I think I read somewhere when he bought it, it was valued at 6.5 million. Now it's evaluated at about 43 million. You know, what do you guys give to credit? What sort of attributes do you give to the ownership?
You know, like for me personally, I give all the credit to FSG, and this is why, because Gillette and Henry, who own the team for Gillette and who?
Yes, Gillette and Hicks.
Hicks, right.
Yes, Gillette and Hicks were the product.
That was their first partnership in owning.
Yeah.
They were their first partnership, and they were thinking profit before taking care of the basic functions. And as you know, you have to trust, you have to follow the process, so to speak. So they were thinking about making a profit and taking care of what needs to be taken care of that's going to elevate the club to the profitable status. And because of that, that just derailed the entire process. There was so much conflict with the coach and the transfer committee and all of that. And FSG came in, and what they did, everything rise and fall under leadership. They delegated and they trust the process. They brought in club, they gave him time. Even when we weren't winning anything, they gave him time. And they trust the process. And now we're operating, prior to the pandemic, we're operating at a profitable level. So it's about getting involved, wanting to make money because it's a business for them, but at the same time taking care of grassroots stuff, and then take your time and build into what is it that you want in the long term. So
yeah. So Dalton and Rex Roy, football family, we have 3 Liverpool fans join us as we celebrate Liverpool's triumphant domination. Dalton and Rex Roy, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, as Stefan said, the Fenwick Sports Group, they have been behind the team, knew what they wanted, the process that they went through, and the hiring of Klopp was instrumental in this. You have to give props to Michael Edwards too, because behind the scenes, he's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's about the Michael Edwards, the stats man behind the scene. You know, he had recommended in some reports to sign Julian Brandt, and Klopp decided that I was going to go ahead and sign Mohamed Salah instead. How much of that you guys have essentially seems like the perfect manager with this organization, who have brought the fans into this fold and give them a place. Rex Roy, your thoughts?
You know, it's interesting to
Hold on there. A wardrobe change that?
let's see.
We have Liverpool changing shirts here.
Because when you look at Klopp, there's not been a time in his tenure where he was on the hot seat. And that speaks to the back room having given him the confidence and also empowering him to do the things that are necessary. Even when we're giving up 45 and 52 goals per season, at no point was his job in jeopardy. If you look at the numbers, just look at the numbers that Liverpool have right now. If you are going to be in the Champions League and the EPL, you need to give up about 40 to 42 goals per season. We're giving up right now on average somewhere in the mid to late 20s.
Yeah, it's 25 goals, yeah.
And we are scoring a lot less goals than we necessarily did when we had Suarez. So the key buys that we had with Van Dijk and Alisson, just how valuable those are, just so incalculable. We cannot even put that on paper how those two signings have helped us over the last week.
Absolutely. Celebrating the triumphant Liverpool FC YNWA. You never walk alone with Liverpool fans. Are setting records in terms of winning the EPL. 7 games to go, and they might win. They might win all the 7 games remaining. Yes, Junior.
You know, one of the greatest things that I think went unnoticed for Liverpool, when Liverpool had their purple patch, the Rafa, right? And they that memorable night against AC Milan in the Champions League final. Rafa went on to quote-unquote greener pastures after that, right? You see, in that spell, so many things could have gone wrong for Liverpool. They brought in, I think Hudson came in, right? After and Liverpool started spiraling way out of, like, they didn't even look recognizable anymore. I think bringing Kenny Dalglish back in to reinvigorate the fans, to bring back that Liverpool identity for that small period of time. King Kenny didn't do anything that spell, right? But he brought back that mindset, that mentality, that Brendan Rodgers came in and said, all right, let me take it to another level. I think we can't overlook that big decision, because me as a Manchester United fan, we lost a legend and we just can't seem to get our foot back in place. Liverpool could have went that route, and they didn't go that route. The man then went back and said, all right, Roy, now work out. Kenny come back and set back the fans, set back the mentality, set back everything. Brendan Rodgers come in. Brendan Rodgers turned Liverpool into a better Southampton. Let's be honest. But the groundwork was set. The Gerrards were there. The mindset was there. All of them were there. And then when Klopp came in and put his Midas touch on it, the infrastructure was already in place. And I think a lot of teams out there, the Arsenal, the Manchester United, Chelsea seem to have ridership. Man City is going to go through this period. They better look at the Liverpool model, because Liverpool have a bunch of young talent sitting on that bench. That what I mean, Ryan Brewster or something like that?
Yeah, Ryan Brewster, yeah.
Coming up that they don't have to spend any money now.
Yeah.
And they will still can be able to retool. So they got Liverpool for that one.
Yeah, football family. Let's try to get through some of the comments. We don't know, it's a family show. El Pistolero says club lived up to his promise. He did say he's at the club for 4 years. They would have won at least 1 trophy, and he won 4. Sean White says foolishness. Them spend a bag of money over the cups. Prime Minister says we are here. I'm here to hear this. Also, Jamaican girl says, Sean, it sounds like you support another team. He's an Arsenal fan, Jamaican girl. He's just bitter. He's just absolutely bitter. Owen Gray, big up yourself, family, says Liverpool, the thing there. Big up to Errol Phillips watching us on Island Sports Network. Our Liverpool fans running in the hot. Big up yourself, Errol Phillips. Errol Phillips says, wish fans are more obnoxious than Manchester United fans. So, Liverpool fans, we're taking over ball chat for the first 30 minutes of the show. In fact, we only have a few more minutes left. So let's get it out of our skin. How far you guys want this to go? Where is the top for you guys? You won the EPL, you won Champions League. What next? Stefan, let's start with you.
A few more.
A few more. All right, go ahead, Rex. A few more what? EPL, Champions League?
With the setup that we have right now, if we get the right pieces and we maintain this, we should get a couple more EPLs.
Sure.
A couple more, at least two more EPL titles, and I would consider this the perfect run.
Okay.
Consecutive titles?
I'm
Not
looking
necessarily
for
consecutive.
I want a 3-peat.
You want a 3-peat?
But tell about them Liverpool fans. What are you drinking? You must not drink. You want a 3-peat.
I've been drinking since Thursday.
Big up to so Rex Roy wants he won a consecutive title. Dalton is looking for a 3-peat. What about you, Stefan? Where is the pinnacle? Where's the top for this run?
For me, in order for us, this is one of the best single season effort. But in regards to being one of the best team ever, I think we have to win 3 or 4 championship over the next 5 years, basically. So we'd have 4 or 3 to be considered one of the best team ever. But this is no doubt one of the best single season ever. Everybody agree with that, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Except the Man U fans them. I see the Man U fans them online arguing about Man U being better in terms of the amount of titles that them have, and it's like it's constant. So Junior, what do you have to say about yourself and Man U? Do you think that Liverpool, has outshone Man U like the past 2 seasons?
He's gone.
Hold on. Claudio Ranieri had Jamie Vardy, Okazaki, the best defensive midfielder in Kante, the best right winger in Mahrez. He brought up a bunch of no names. He had a Jamaican defender that nobody knew about, and they won the title. And after that title, oh my God, Leicester is about to start a trend here and and what happened the next season? Ranieri got fired. Calm down.
What is this?
No. Liverpool is not going to fall back. I'm just saying that. Liverpool is the best team in England. They have to replace Henderson. They have to replace Milner. One of the front 3 is going to be gone this year. I can guarantee that.
Not this year.
One of the front 3.
Never know.
Not this year. You're hoping.
Come on, and Benton's team, Barcelona, is desperate for a striker to hitch their bandwagon to right now. One of the front 3 is gone this year.
Don't bring us in your mess, Junior. This is you alone.
Listen, Junior. These players are watching what happened to Coutinho. They're happy at Liverpool.
Exactly.
They were desperate for Coutinho as well.
Yeah, I don't listen. If I was a player, if I was that front 3 for Liverpool with a coach like Klopp, I wouldn't go anywhere. I mean, you're playing for a man who loves the club and love you. When you hear the players them talk about Klopp, call them, check up on them, and them have the come on now. Why would you leave that to go to a toxic Barcelona? Barcelona is my team, but they're toxic right now. Mm-hmm. Why would a player leave from a comfy spot at Liverpool and go somewhere else? Junior, you're just hating. As a Man U fan, you're just hating.
And Junior, let us move beyond this without calling you on this. The Leicester City comparison is apples to oranges.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
About a one-hit wonder. Liverpool has had a trajectory over the last 3 years that's culminating in what happened last season and this season. What we saw with Leicester was basically a one-hit wonder. It was snow in Farmer. That was it.
Exactly.
Put it this way. For Liverpool to mimic what they did this year, they have to get Thiago Alcantara. They have to get him.
All right, Junior, we could just focus on what Liverpool are doing now.
Theatre has to prove that he's worth the money, because now you're going to have the target on your back next year. It's a different thing when you're chasing Man City. Now you're going to have the target on your back. Liverpool is the best team in England, hands down.
Best team in the world, Junior.
That's all I'm saying.
Best team in the world.
But Junior, why do you think they need to change? Because what they had this season worked so well. So why do you think that Klopp needs to change? You don't need to change. As you said, they have so many youngsters coming up. You see them, Klopp play them. So we're talking about replacing a Milner. You have other players who are coming through but can gel with the team because they've been training and they're used to the culture. So why do you think, if I was Klopp and Liverpool, I wouldn't even change it? Why reinvent the wheel? You use the same little pattern we have this year, the formula, and just cut and go through.
Come on, we saw that with Man City.
You keep on going back to Man City.
No, that was Pep's formula. I'm not changing anything. I'm going to keep an aging midfield, and I'm going to keep a non-existent defense. Liverpool is different. But we sit down and watch Liverpool, and we keep saying that midfield is their Achilles heel. They have to strengthen the midfield. They just have to.
And you're comparing City. City, the entire backline for City need to go. Because if Messi can say him don't want Otamendi nowhere near Argentina, why do you think Pep need him anywhere near City? I mean, so it's like you talk about 1 and 2 players on Liverpool that needs to be replaced. Manchester City, if I mean like him, that's where everybody left. Kyle Walker, the goalkeeper, and Raheem Sterling.
Okay.
2 and 2, standing back.
Okay, football family. Yo, we need to move on. We're going in our rabbit hole right so we don't like going to rabbit holes. Yeah, Junior.
Let me give all the Liverpool fans that are out there, I'm going to do justice to you guys.
Come on, easy with the bad mind, man.
I don't want nobody to say my bad mind, Liverpool. So, Liverpool fans, listen.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head
Pick up every Liverpool
up
fan.
high
The best song ever.
and down.
It was a good selector, though. A good selector, man.
Of the down.
They don't give them justice, man. 2 minutes.
At the end of the storm, there's a golden sky and the sweet silver song of the land.
Yeah, man, walk on, man. Come on now.
Walk on through the wind. Walk on through the rain. For your dreams be tossed and blow. Walk on.
Hello.
Hey, Junior. Hey, bedtime.
Yes, come on, go
Bedtime.
ahead. Come on, go ahead.
You ask how Liverpool financials increase. You know, this is about 4.something million or whatever, 6.5 million, and now 40-something million.
So that's
them 3 money are the reason why. You know, so them have multiple jerseys. That's not funny.
Big up to Liverpool family. Big up. 28 victories, 2 ties, 1 loss so far this season, 86 points. They have lost 2 games in 2 years. Beat and teach the rest of the EPL team. You never walk alone. Rex Roy, Dalton, Stefan, big up your team, guys. Thank you for joining us. We're gonna switch to other things because we don't want Liverpool to take over the whole show. We don't want them to take over the whole show.
Bless up everybody. Thank you.
Bless up yourself.
Congrats, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, 30
Bye.
minutes.
All right.
Bless up family. What? Liverpool fans them. Segueing from Liverpool domination of the EPL to Ballas and Bugs. Ballas been the impressive players of the week and Bugs been the unimpressive players of the week. Come on, Lee. Who do you have as your Ball of the week? And Liverpool, of course, is Ball of the year.
Yes, I have 2. So Robert Lewandowski is the top scorer for the 5th time in the Bundesliga. I would be amiss to not say that he's one of the ballers of the week. I don't care what anybody wants to say about Bundesliga being a farmers league. You have to score, you have to win, regardless of what league you're in. And I want to give an honorable mention to Willian. Willian is playing like he wants that extension, like he wants a new contract from Chelsea. We see you, Willian. You are playing exceptionally well, and I think he deserves at least a 1-year contract. So Lewandowski and Willian are my ballers at this week.
Lewandowski, Robert Lewandowski, what? It's what? 5 years year in a row that he's the Bundesliga leading goal scorer. Come on.
Yes.
Wow. As Bayern Munich beat the brakes off Wolfsburg 4-0. Is Stefan still in goal for the American goalkeeper Stefan still in goal for Wolfsburg?
He's injured.
He's injured.
He's injured, so he hasn't been in.
So he's
Hey, Man City can't use him. Must still use him.
he's got tired of letting in goals. And the one and only the Brazilian Willian is also Camon's ball of the week. Camon says Willian is playing for that contract. I wonder what will happen when he gets the contract. Junior, who do you have as your ball of the week, boss? Watching football.
NWSL.
Junior, please turn up your mic. We cannot hear you. The Manchester United fan is hiding in the corner, Reggie.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we need to hear you. We're not hearing you.
You're still not hearing me?
You're low. Turn up your mic, Junior. Manchester United fan low.
Hold on.
Lord, so like Bounty.
Hold on, 1 second.
All right, while Junior gets his mic ready, my ball of the week as Junior work out the situation over there. Seems like the Manchester United fan got messed up because of the Liverpool presence on the show. Fans' presence on the show. My ball of the week is Iago Aspas. Iago Aspas of Celta. He's Celta, and Celta is Iago Aspas, as Iago Aspas scored a goal at the death to mash up Barcelona title run as Messi and company look a bit lost at sea as Celta drew that game 2-2. It's long time Barcelona. Last time Barcelona won at Celta was Tata Martino was the coach of the team. I also want to honorable mention to Lynn Williams and Rose Lavelle. Lynn Williams of North Carolina Courage in the NWSL. Lynn Williams was impressive, even though some people say she's a bug. She scored at the death to give her team, North Carolina Courage, a victory over Portland Thorn as the NWSL kicked back off this weekend. And I have to big up big baller Rose Lavelle of Washington Spirit. Rose Lavelle is a baller. Come on, as we wait for Junior to figure out his mic, who do you have as your... All right, Junior, you ready? You ready for your ball of the week, Junior?
Hey, you can hear me better now, right?
Yes, we can hear you better.
All right. My ball of the week is the whole NWSL. And the reason why is because they are the first professional contact sports organization in the United States to come back post-pandemic, right?
Yes.
And these women are setting a trend. We've seen the world over, everybody with the Black Lives Matter tribute. But the mere fact that these women are taking that step forward and setting an example for their male counterparts to get back on the field in time, to start playing good football, and also giving a socio-economic message, big them up every time. My hat's off to them. Ladies, you deserve a lot more respect, a lot more pay. Baseball can't get back on the field. NBA players complaining, but the women are getting out there and playing football before everybody else. Big up the NWSL. My ball of the week. So
Junior's ball of the week is the NWSL. Dalton Stewart said ball of the week is Liverpool. Yes, Dalton. We know it's Liverpool is the baller. And Pulisic. Christian Pulisic scored. In fact, Christian Pulisic should be Liverpool's, have an honorary membership in Liverpool because he scored that vital goal to help City. Help Liverpool win that title over City. Let's see, ball of the week from Jason Frame. Ball of the week is Chelsea for putting an end to the wait. And Sean White says that's not the problem. Come on, it's not that Chelsea don't want to give him a one-year contract. In fact, there is the problem. He wants more than 1 year, which goes against Chelsea's strict policy. So as regards to Williams, Camon's ball of the week, Sean said that they are offering him a 1 year contract, but he wants more.
William is 31. I mean, this is not Payet. Payet, he got this huge contract. When he finished playing, is what? Gonna be 39.
His lifetime contract.
Payet is 33, and he got a 5-year contract. A contract. It was like, No, I mean, I think a 1 year is good enough for William.
Yeah. Big up to... Yeah, go ahead.
Errol and BM, send us your baller of the week. Ballers and Bugs. If you listen on Island Sports Network, send us your ballers of the week. Listen on Facebook, who is your baller of the week?
And BM says, enjoy Liverpool fans. You guys will have to wait another 30 years. Big up yourself, family. Switching from ballers of the week, we had a lot of football games now to bugs of the week, and we have an infestation of bugs. Come on, Lee, who do you have as your bug of the week watching football?
Sheffield is my bug of the week. Sheffield was in pole position to make Champions League right before the break. They were playing decent enough football for you to say, okay, they have a shot. They come back post-pandemic. Them lose every game in every competition, not scoring any goals. So Sheffield is my first bug. Borussia Dortmund is my second bug. They lost 4-0 to Hoffenheim. Kerry would tell me that the game don't matter. It's a meaningless football game. If so be the case, then why would you start all of your starters if it's a meaningless game to get 4-0 whooping? Dortmund do better. Coach get fired for true, Benton. I agree.
So,
and then my last bug is Fernandino for an experienced defender. Who on earth you bat out the ball off of the line? I mean, it's like Pep. If it just don't, it's ridiculous. Fernandino is my third bug of the week. Him should be my number one bug because he bat out the ball with him and clear. And then stand up and look on VAR like say, what you gonna do now, VAR? So Fernandino should be my first ball.
Fernandinho for bat in the hand. Man is playing volleyball. Fernandinho used his hand to prevent Chelsea from scoring and then looked suspiciously away as he was caught by VAR. I guess come only love VAR right about now. Sheffield United is also Comeon's bug of the week. And come on, who else is the bug of the week? Because you had an infestation.
Borussia Dortmund.
Oh, I don't even remember that is a team. Borussia Dortmund. They've been bug already, come on. Jason Frame says that I should read his entire ballers of the week, please. Ball of the week from Jason Frame is Chelsea for putting an end to the wait and has to be Liverpool consistency personified. Well deserved. And Pulisic, great run. Great run, composure. Boy, Jason, there you have it, Jason. I read your entire ball of the week. Stepping away from Comeon's bug of the week to Junior's bug of the week. Junior, who do you have as your bug of the week watching football?
I was so ready to give it to Alex McCarthy, the goalkeeper for Southampton. What the hell were you thinking about when you gave up that goal to Arsenal? I mean, what the hell went through your mind to give up that goal, right? I was ready to give to them. And then, before I jump to conclusion, let me watch the Man City versus Chelsea game because I just knew. So it's like the heavens opened up and the bug dove came out and said, don't give it to McCarthy yet. A bigger bug is coming. And I sit and I watch that Man City game. And during the first drink break, if everybody remembered, the commentator said, look at the contrast in coaches. Lampard is talking to everybody, but Pep is man-marking Mendy. He said Pep is man-marking Mendy. And then I said to myself, boy, Pep really love a headache. Fast forward to later on in the game. Mendy get the ball. Now, people, if you have ever watched an American football player, a tennis player, a golf player, a lacrosse player try to kick a football, that is how Mendy looked trying to pass the ball back to goal. What the hell is wrong with your right foot, boss? Why can't you look up? You see Pulisic coming. Look up. Give a good ball to good foot. Okay, fine. You make a bad touch. You kick with the ball. Number two, the man is running behind Pulisic. Pulisic is breaking away. Looking at the TV, looking at the game, the whole world knew Pulisic is setting him up for the stutter step. He slowed down and Mendy run like one wild horse at Pulisic. Number three, Mendy coming from the right side, try to tackle Pulisic with his left foot. Even the commentator said, why are you trying to tackle with your left foot? Mendy, you are the biggest bug I've ever seen Pep put on a football field, ever. The worst. How much time, Pep? You're the king bug, yeah, man.
Oh my God.
The worst than Otamendi?
Worse than Otamendi, worse than David. Come on.
You know him bad then.
Look at the replay again. Mendy tried to pass the ball, and I'm telling you, he did not look like a football. He didn't look like a soccer player. He looked like somebody that never kicked a ball before. And then he ran at him, and look at the replay again. Anybody that knows about defending, that is the perfect slide tackle opportunity. Put your left foot as a stumper and swing your right foot. And the man step with him left foot like he never even want to tackle him. I don't know how Pep don't strangle him on the field.
Junior is very passionate about Mendy being the bug of the week. He has a thesis on Mendy. Why he earned the bug of the week is probably going to be the bug of the year for Junior. As Man City lost on idiotic defending as usual. Pep Guardiola hold a bug there because you're at fault too, I think. But I will not... Yes, come on.
Oh, sorry. So Sean White said bug of the week. No, baller of the week is Liverpool. And bug of the week is Arsenal for re-signing David Lewis. David Luiz is bad.
And big up to Dwight Spence watching us on Island Sports Network. Dwight Spence, bug of the week is Fulham's back line. Fulham lost to Leeds. Marcelo El Loco Bielsa's team. Leeds beat the bricks of Fulham 3-0 as Leeds running in for an automatic promotion into the EPL. Looking forward to see this Leeds team, and hopefully Marcelo El Loco Bielsa don't go too crazy. But Fulham backline is the bug of the week. Errol Phillips, watching us on Island Sports Network, says that this ball of the week is money and his bug is Arsenal defenders. Why I love pick up. Come on, moving away from ball, keep the ballers and the bugs coming, football family. Prime Minister says bug of the week, Barca for swapping Arta for Pjanic. Really? The leadership last. Exactly. We'll get to that in a second with Kamoli. She's the diehard Barca fan. I already jumped that ship.
Diehard Barca fans.
I jumped that ship, Junior. And Dalton Stewart said his bug of the week is Benjamin Mendy. Jason Frame says bugs of the week, Gundogan and him friend, the dummy there. Jason Frame said the bugs of the week, Gundogan and him friend were dummy them one on... I can't even bother. Reggie bug of the week, our Borussia Dortmund getting blanked 4-0 by Hoffenheim in the last match of the season. I guess they just...
Did you see the Hoffenheim penalty? A no-look penalty. What? In a Bundesliga game, a man field, he had the balls to take a no-look penalty. That is how far that... No, sir.
Yeah, Lucien Favre is probably on his way. Pack up yourself. Pack up your belongings, Lucien Favre. Time for new management at Borussia Dortmund. All right, stepping away from ballers and bugs. If you keep them coming, we'll go ahead and read them out. Liverpool fans took over the first part of the show, but we want to get to some other things. We just finished our ballers and bugs. EPL roundup quickly. Champions League is set. Or the Champions League is running and not set, but Chelsea, Manchester United, and Wolves had an impressive return this week. Your thoughts on their chances to make it to the Champions League? Chelsea is pretty much set, right? Come on, Wolves and Manchester United is probably going to be the others fighting out for that fifth spot if that City suspension is upheld.
I don't even know if Chelsea is that set because we're on 54 points, Wolves on 52. And Man U on 49, 7 games left. So I don't know. I don't know about being set at this point. Everybody fighting right now. Man City, we don't even know if Man City is safe either from Leicester City and the way they're playing. So I mean, we had good results this week. If we can keep it up, I think the Champions League spot is always for the taking. Man U might have a little bit of struggle. You know, junior side, Wolves, I'm kind of surprised by Wolves, but I don't think they'll maintain the top 5 standing.
Junior, at the other end of the table, your big coach that you've been arguing for to take the helm at Manchester United a few years ago, Eddie Howe, is having a warm time. Does Bortman get relegated, and what has happened to your boy Eddie Howe?
I don't know who wants to get who wants to play Premier League next year. Maybe these bottom 5-6 teams know something that we don't know. They don't want to play Premier League next year, so. But yeah, Bolton. I don't think Bolton.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. Sorry,
yeah.
Bournemouth. I think they have lost their identity under Eddie Howe. I think that message has gotten stale. I think the players have lost that fight that came with the Eddie Howe team. And will they get relegated? Norwich, definitely. Watford, definitely. Bournemouth, they're in poor position, but it's 7 games left, 21 points up for grabs. If you're coming from that perspective, you need 3, 4, 5 points.
Yeah.
If based on run, yes, I would say Bournemouth get relegated, but I would not be surprised to see somebody pop up and surprise us and say, "No, I want to go
down." Okay.
What I think Watford will stay up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, step away from the glue. Come on, but Watford will stay up. Come on.
The person I'm looking at though is Sarr. That's his name, Sarr, right?
What for Watford?
Watford.
Yeah, Ismail Sarr.
Yeah, he's a baller. I've been watching him, and I don't think he has the quality right now to play in one of the top 4 teams, but I think he can be a very serviceable player.
Yeah.
Higher up on a higher team. So
yeah.
No, he's not English, right?
No, Senegalese.
Oh, and that's why he can't play at Manchester United, because there's no way on earth. Harry Maguire, you can talk about he's not ready to play in one of the big leagues. Oh, Harry Maguire plays for Manchester United. Junior.
Segueing from Sarr to Harry Maguire and Manchester United. Come on. Harry Maguire scored the winning goal yesterday as Manchester United book a place in the semi-final. Come on, your thoughts on the FA Cup matches and the semi-final?
It was a good game. Norwich kind of had Manchester United, by the throat. They were playing. I think it was even. When Norwich got the red card, which at the time I was saying it was a stupid red, but it was a professional foul. He had to do it because then, Eagle would be a clear through to goal. So I think being a man down kind of affected the game and allowed Manchester United to come through. But it wasn't easy. And we talk about Harry Maguire. Even though he scored the winner, I just don't think that Harry Maguire is quality. I just don't think he's quality.
Junior.
And also, hold a second. Yeah. And then also, every time I see that Norwich player, what the player name again?
Cantwell?
No, man, look at from Norwich, man. I forgot his name.
Okay, come on, we're on live TV. You can go ahead and remember the name. We're on live TV.
He wanted to play for Jamaica so bad. Jamaica, they would look at him. But anyway.
I think it's Gray, right, Junior? Is it Gray?
No, not Gray.
I know you're talking about.
I know about the player.
I don't know which game. Come on, watch. Manu.
Oh, Ben Godfrey. Sorry.
Yes, Ben Godfrey. Yes. Yeah, go ahead, Junior.
The last 2 games is the most balanced Manchester United has looked since LVG after the first 3 months. It's the most balanced my team has looked on a football field. The only issue I have with them right now is that Bruno seems to be pushing and going a little bit too fast for his teammates, but it's the most balanced look. Maguire is overrated. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he is sluggish, seems to think that he's a midfielder when he's really a defender. I must say, he kind of reminds me, he reminds me of Michael Hector. He does.
I know Jamaica big defender here just this.
same problems I had with Hector, I'm having with Maguire and a higher level. Maguire is just lucky to pop up and just be in the right place at the right time, which is one of his greatest quality, that the ball just seemed to bounce off of him. But apart from that, he's slow, and his reading of the game is subpar. And Man U needs a faster defender. Bailey seems to be a good fit for him, but Bailey can't stay healthy. They need a faster defender to stand beside him or play 3 defenders in the back. I don't know. But yeah, he's overrated to me.
Football lovers, we're pushing up against the clock as we try to touch some other major news in the world of football. Come on and Junior, pack your suitcases and get ready. The World Cup was awarded to, the Women's World Cup 2023 was awarded to New Zealand and Australia. Your thoughts? Jamaica better be in the running. You guys excited about to go to New Zealand and Australia? Junior, and come on.
Do we have a women's program?
Yes, come on. We do have a women's program.
Okay. Well, we will see. I'm not packing no bags to go to New Zealand. No. We will see. For now, the women's program is in shambles. So, you know, I don't know how we're talking about a World Cup.
Yeah, are you okay with the expansion of the tournament in the 2023 format going to 32 teams? I mean, Jamaica cannot make 32 teams.
We have to come out of our region first, though. If we can't come out of our region, we don't need to. But I think the format is friendly to us. And I think if we can keep the same group of players, I think we have a good enough chance.
Junior?
The one thing I love about the decision is looking at how New Zealand handled the pandemic and how they have turned and flattened the curve, which shows me that they can get an infrastructure in place. Now, for the quality on the field and for Jamaica, I actually like Jamaica's chances of making the next World Cup, but a lot of changes need to happen, and a lot of changes need to happen quickly. But the talent is there. We could arguably say that Jamaica made it to the World Cup 4 years too early. So there should be we should have players that are in their peak. Now we should have players in their prime, the main players. So I am actually confident, cautiously optimistic that Jamaica will make it to the Women's World Cup. And we are going to see them down under.
Yeah.
You going?
Yes, Ball Chat will be live on location down under. Come on, what you talking about if we're going? Yeah, aren't you a journalist? Do your work, come on.
How long is that flight?
Don't worry, you can take two. Just getting through some comments. Here, Owen Gray says Wolves going to the Champions League. Mark my words. Jason Frame says, "Come on, you are being too hard on Sheffield. Injuries have hit them. They used to feel the same team week in and week out." Sean White says, "Come on, I know you are a Chelsea fan. However, I can't get past their racist ass." Oh, sorry, this is a family show. They're racist, including their young white manager. So far with that, I hope they'll slip and Wolves and Manchester United get them. And Jason Frayne says, "You're styling up Hector." Reggie says, "Big up Reggie watching us." Says, "Ooh, starting to save for the Women's World Cup. New Zealand and Australia also. Last minute shout out to NWSL for both teams taking a knee during their first match back." Yeah. As we wrap up our...
Big up Alex Reed. Alex Reed said, "What about CONCACAF changing the hex?" Let's talk about that again real quick after this, Benton. I know it's not a part of the agenda, but let's talk about that.
Yeah, but before we touch that, Alex... go ahead.
Alex also said, "You guys leave Maguire alone. Check his stats."
Check his stats. Yeah, we'll touch that in our backyard segment. But before we segue to discuss some news in our own backyard, Champions League returns August 7th. They still haven't decided yet on the games, the second round games, Man City, second leg matches, how they're going to play out. But the games are going to be in Portugal, in Lisbon, Portugal. It's going to be a straight format in terms of win or go home. Win or go home. Your thoughts on that format? Come on, and Junior.
Again, we talked about this already. I'm going to tell you, sir, I don't like it. I like when we have an opportunity to slip, watch somebody else slip, and catch myself and squeeze in. I mean, I like this one and done thing. It's like you have to be on top of your game, and with our team, you just don't know. I'm just not confident enough to say that Jamaica can do one and done, and we'll be okay.
We're talking about Champions League. Come on, it's not talking about Jamaica.
What about X?
Backside, we'll get to the hex. We'll get to the hex in a little bit, but I want to get your thoughts on the format for the Champions League quickly. What?
I think it is. I think it is okay. I think it will work. I think Chelsea might just benefit and we might just win the Champions League.
Okay, then step away from the glue.
Hold on,
go ahead, Junior.
Chelsea is going to play against a team that has already wrapped up their league championship. They have a Terminator. How much goals they have to come back from?
3 goals. They're down 3-0.
Captain America is firing on all cylinders, Junior. Stop it.
The only team that should be worried about this Champions League restart right now is Manchester City, because they're going to be playing against a Real Madrid team that is firing on all cylinders.
Yes, exactly.
And Man City seems to be out in the wilderness somewhere, and they can't seem to get their foot back. So that's the only team that should be worried or concerned about this Champions League. Apart from that, every team should be rearing and ready to go.
Yeah, and Man City is leading the tie against Real Madrid 2-1. We'll set up the Champions League as we get close to the August 7 kickoff. But I want to quickly ask you guys, does PSG have any advantage or disadvantage not playing football and have to roll into that Champions League? The French league has been wrapped up for a while.
Disadvantage.
Okay.
Because you and I know that the boy Neymar out there play a party and a drink. So he's not at his best. He's going to be chubby. If you don't play, if you don't train, if you're not active, then it's really going to affect you. So you're going to see injuries and you're going to see players that are unfit. So I don't think it serves them well.
Yeah. All right, segueing to football in our own backyard. Actually, one quick question from BM on Island Sports Network. BM says, what do we think about Bolton Wanderers, former beloved club of Bibi Gardner? Bolton Wanderers is now relegated to League 2. Quick thoughts.
They've been struggling for a while.
Them kind of dark for a long time.
Yeah, no, they have been struggling for a long time.
Yes. And
they've been, trying to get the right manager, the right players, the right fit. So it's just, and they have a whole bunch of problems. They all coaches money, they're in court. So it's just a lot of things going on with Bolton. It's just not the club of old. It's not the club of Bibi when everybody loved it and everybody followed it. At this point, they're going to play down, little scrimmage ball, and when you see them play on the mud field, that's going to be Bolton Wanderers.
At this rate, Bolton might end up in the 7th division or non-league football. Segueing to discuss football in our own backyard as we push up against the clock. Come on, and Junior, Claude Davis have been in the news of late. Yo, your thoughts on this academy and this deal that he has with Liverpool FC?
Junior, you want to go first?
Come on, go ahead, because Junior is missing in action.
No, but go ahead, come on. Go ahead.
Listen, it can only help if the JFF wants to work with Claude. For a 5-year deal with Liverpool, with the academy links, I think it can help. So, as them say, you have one person to get a hookup. Claude Davis is going to be our hookup.
All right, Junior, your thoughts now, because you've been delaying your views. So since you set the tone, let me be politically correct. Big up Claude Davis, and we have questioned here on this platform many times, what have the former players done for the next generation? Where are we seeing the former players helping the next generation? This is a clear-cut example. Big up Claude Davis. This is massive, right? And he's going to need a lot of help. JFF, get involved. Do it, the due diligence. Honestly, I don't know the ins and outs. I don't know what is going on behind the scenes, but I know that this is a huge undertaking. It's a huge endeavor. And our football, our nation's football, can benefit greatly from this opportunity. So really hope that them get behind it.
Yeah, big up to Claude Davis doing your work. He was recently named one of the big coaches down in Florida, working with a Florida high school, so he's doing quite well. And go on, do your work, Claude. To that question online from, I think it's BM or Alex online, that asks about the Hex. So the Hex format, CONCACAF is looking to change the Hex format. They need to get approval from FIFA. I think that was a few days ago, so it's not official yet. But come on in, Junior, your thoughts on this proposed format. We've discussed this a few weeks ago, actually.
And I discussed it when I was supposed to talk about Champions.
Yeah, you discussed it when you discussed it when. So Junior, your thoughts, because come on, gave our view already. Because we don't need anything one and done, as Come said, to reiterate what she said.
This is my thought on it though, and it kind of ties in with what Alex and BM is having a side conversation, because Alex is saying that he would love to see Calvin Phillips in Jamaica team on one of the best CDM in the championship. Anybody who don't know Calvin plays for Leeds, and he can also be as a central defender as well, but he's primarily a midfielder. A great talent. BM says Calvin a big baller. Also, we should get Kemar Roof and Liam Moore, defender from Reading. Now, I brought those two conversations in here for this. In this new Hex format, we cannot be trying to figure out who our best team is going into that format. We should already know what our best team is, who our best 11 is. If we were to take a poll of everybody that watch Ball Chat and say, give me your starting 11 for Jamaica, probably only one or two places will be unchanged. That need to change for that Hex format to be beneficial for us. I love that format. But to me to be biased towards Jamaica, I am now worried about it, because come on, you referenced a baller that played for Norwich that wanted to play for Jamaica and didn't get in. And he's a talented footballer. How many talented footballers out there are knocking on the door and will not get a chance? And you want me bring for roots for a C-level team out of the pool to go and play in this new format of the Hex, where you're not going to have a chance to sit back for 3 months and retool? You have to just come with the best? Scary.
Yeah.
But all right then.
Go ahead, come on.
So we're pushed up against the clock, but this is where Tupper is between a rock and a hard place. We as fans, we can be a little bit rough and harsh. It's two things, two minds. The Jamaicans are saying that they want the national team, to look like them, right? Most of the people out there were root for the football will talk about, we don't want the foreigners them, we want the local players. You have the players who play in the football league in Jamaica. Tupper have to call those players in. Granted, they might not be better than the players that are out there, that the foreign-based ones are the ones who born a foreign and want to play for Jamaica. How do you think Tupper is supposed to manage that? Now with this thing where him could have in the X, when could have call in a bagger man, mix them up, foreigner, local players, and doing it a trial and error, which we always say these competitions are not for trial and error. We need the finished product in them kind of setting here. World Cup, warm up, we don't need no like a testing or whatever. You're supposed to use the Caribbean Cup. You're supposed to use all like a ticky something there and whatever, camps, whatever. How do you think Tupper is going to manage not having the Jamaican players and the ones that are based here play for Harborview, Portmore, them people who vote for JFF president and bringing a Calvin Phillips, or as them that run down Tridine and Tridine tell us that I've never been to Jamaica. Right? They're running me down to play for Jamaica. I've never been there. I don't want to play for Jamaica, whatever. How can that be balanced?
Easy answer.
It's difficult. It's very hard for them to be. So we can say, we see Calvin Phillips, we see some players out there where player England, player Spain, player France, player Germany, who we think would be a good fit. But how can you tell the people them who jump stadium fence, go Montego Bay, say the baller who chopped somebody 10 times in the RSPL cannot get a call up? Who you going to manage that?
In an ideal scenario, pre-pandemic. Remember we had what's the name of that league where FIFA came out with, the World League, or I can't remember the name right now. You remember that league they were playing, where the national teams, instead of playing practice games, they were playing an actual league game, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I can't remember the name of the league right now. Huh?
I remember my name. Go on.
Yeah, but that was where you could run your experiments, right? That we don't have that luxury anymore. But all the fans, the hardcore born and raised stay Jamaica fans, if you are watching EPL, Scottish League, all these leagues that are playing right now and seeing these potential Jamaican players, and you are not seeing your favorite Jamaican player playing the RSPL for the last 6-8 months, when we're talking about going into the World Cup qualification, it'll probably be a year.
Junior, you're talking about the Nation League.
Yeah, the Nation League.
Yeah.
But you cannot realistically expect an RSPL player that has not played for the last 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, however long it's going to be. They're not much fit. They're not much sharp. You cannot run them out there against America or Canada or Mexico. So, Tapa, you really have no choice right now. You now have to go and at least say, I am going to bring in players that have played consistently over the last 3 months. It's yourselves. Your best side.
Yeah, but at the same time, Jamaicans have always said that the USL and the manager of the JFF come out and say USL is not better than RSPL, right? Remember them say so now. Remember them say USL not good. So who can you? It's like they're playing now. RSPL players now, but Tapa of a mix to please the yardies, and that is where we're going to have the issue. Remember now, all in teams them so far, they have been RSPL heavy. So what am I going to know when him not have the RSPL players them? They don't have a scouting system. They were supposed to have this thing in Spain where they brought all the players who are European based to come try out. I don't remember if you hear about it before the pandemic, right?
Yeah, they were
that's what they were going to use to look at the players who are overseas. So it's going to be interesting to see if I'm go lean the mass way, if want the massive them to be happy, or am I gonna realize say this is not a bucket tour. This is not a Nicaragua moment. Remember when we lose to Nicaragua? And if Simon Dawkins never scored the last goal, we wouldn't even make it out of the round.
Yeah,
this is not them. This is not them time there. And when we had them time, that format, so we could bounce back. We don't have it now. So it's going to be really rough and it's going to be really interesting. So I don't know if Tapa is the right man fit because Tapa love him friends.
We're pushing up against the clock. One quick question on Island Sports Network. Does Vassell deserves a call up? This is from Dwight.
Which Vassell? Peter Lee Vassell would up. What? Okay. When was the last time? Let's be fair. Peter Lee Vassell is a very good player. The other day I was telling Jeremy and you that Peter Vassell remind me of him, and Jeremy and you nearly never have met it. But Peter Lee Vassell remind me of a lazy kind of midfielder, but with excellent touches, right? When was the last time Peter Lee Vassell played football? Me not talk play a Montego Bay or play a town or whatever. Me not talk a friendly boogie or a kick pan co-pastor. I mean like play football. It's it over 1 year. So how you going to call Peter Lee Vassell in to come play for the national team when him don't play football for over a year? See, this is the thing where Tapa are run games. No, serious, because everybody have them favorite and everybody want to see everybody make it. But you have to be fair. You will never see a Germany or a Belgium or a Spain call a man who not play football for 1 year. How much time we see Germany don't call Sanya and Sanya playing where I said, wait, oh, suddenly get called. Big baller who play and not get called. So you're saying that Jamaica must call players who no play no competitive football for a year? Oh, who asked a question? Dwight?
Yeah, Dwight Spence asked a question. We're pushing up against the clock, family. Dwight says that he has played, October 2019.
October of last year.
Yeah, October of last year. As we wrap up the show, Bridget, you see, when you talk about Jamaican football, you know, go on all over the place. But Football Family will keep you up to date on the schedule. Go ahead, Junior.
Big up Michael Seaton on his return from injury.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Big up to Mikey. Thanks.
And come on, Lee, we got 1 minute NWSL as we discuss football in our backyard. How are any Jamaicans in this NWSL tournament?
Hold on a second.
And how they play?
Dwight, Peter Lee Vassar played 6 games in 2019. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. 2019.
All right, come on, can we get to the NWSL, the Jamaicans in the NWSL?
well, big up to my side, the Washington Spirit.
Yes.
The assistant coach, Tom Torres, is my guy. Not Richie Williams, not so much. Rose Lavelle is one of those young, talented female players that I think she has grown over the years, and it kind of showed last night in the game. It was late, but it was fun. You like, what's her name, Williams from North Carolina, Courage. I thought she was okay. My girl, Kristen Dunn, still did her thing. So the football was kind of uneven because it's the first game back. So I expect the competition to be better. So the 2 games that they played last night was actually good. And Alexi Lala had to come out today and apologize because he was being an ass for talking about the ladies who knelt. So It was a good start to a wonderful tournament.
And for the Jamaicans in the setup, is it Swaby? That is Chantel Swaby. Is she at the Washington Spirit team or is it?
No, Chantel Swaby, I think she took time off. She's going to school.
Okay, all right.
Is that the one that got married? Yes, someone got married. Chantel Swaby, which one? That's not her.
Yeah.
The other one got married to the NFL player last year. I forgot her name. She was a striker. She took her time off. She's going back to school, so she's not playing this year and stay with her family. Our girl Kanya Plummer didn't play because Orlando Pride, not the entire team. Some of the ladies had tested positive for corona, so they pulled out from the competition. No, Chantel Swaby is actually at Sky Blue.
Okay, all right. So look out for any Jamaicans playing the NWSL. Yo, this is it, you know. The show gone wide. You see what happens when you bring on Liverpool fans on the show. How the show going wide. But let's wrap up the show, engineer. And come on. By the way, come on. You have anything else?
Listen, I'm not beating anybody. I like Vassal. He's a good player. He just needs to find a club, play his best football, and he's a shoo-in. He'll be a shoo-in to the national team for years to come.
And come on, Lee, next week we need to talk about this manager, Frank Lampard, and the comments that he made about Raheem Sterling. And
do we have to?
We have to talk about that next week. Football family, yo, let's wrap up the show now. Football family, thank you for joining us. Want to big up to Rex Roy, Dalton Stewart, Stephen Hines, the Liverpool family. Stefan Hines. Thank you, come on. Stefan Hines and the Liverpool guests that joined us as they took over the show for the first 30 minutes. Football family, you can follow the show on Instagram at Ball Chat Podcast. You can also follow it on Twitter at Ball Chat 1. We're on Facebook at Ball Chat. You can email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. Full episodes of the show are available on Island Sports Network and Ball Chat Podcast YouTube page and Facebook page. Audio version is available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast. Yo, come on, Junior. Yo, we're going on the road, you know.
All right, bless up.
Yo, later.
And YNWA. What, is that it? Look